roster for the first time this season. And we are going to check out what's going on here. I don't think we need this one anymore. Alright. Let's see how this goes. And the player we're going to focus on is Morant. Because they raised him to an 89. Holy macaroni. We'll see the traits that happen. So yeah, we're going to focus on Morant, but we're going to go through a few years of this. Nothing set in stone. I'm off the next few days, so we'll see what happens here. Alright. I believe these rosters are updated. There's quite a few changes. We'll go through the rosters. These are created 2022. Alright. Giannis is a 97. I know they raised DeRozan to an 88, which is a pretty significant raise. I'm interested to see how things play out there. Alex Caruso to 79. Evan Mobley an 83. That is... Some of these players are developing a lot faster than we would have expected. And that's what we're trying to see here. Morant's an 89 overall. I mean, that's some serious. These players got raised. I know Melton got raised from a 75 to 77, so I'm excited to see what can happen here. See if LaMelo's up to an 87. Harrison Barnes, I know they raised him from a 78 to an 83. That's a pretty significant raise. I'm interested to see what happens. Cole Anthony's an 80 now. That's another big raise. And I think it's going to be different than the Sims we've done, because there were some pretty significant changes in this update. Pretty significant, actually. I know they raised OG Anunoby to an 83. DeJounte Murray to an 86. Josh Giddey to 79. I'm excited to see what happens here. I really am. And then we see the top 10 players with the new update. Giannis, LeBron, KD, Steph Curry, Embiid, Jokic, Luka, Anthony Davis, James Harden, and Jimmy Butler. I know they lowered Dame Lillard's rating, but I still think he'll do solid. But Morant's now a top 20 player in the league on 2K, and he's 21. You see the other... Oh, I was like, I thought Tyrese Maxey was the... So he's 22, actually. I think he recently turned 22. Yeah, he's 22. So, the only other player at 22 years old who is ranked higher is Luka now. So, we see this updated Grizzlies lineup. And they actually did a pretty good job updating this roster. There's definitely some interesting changes. But we're going to stick with the Grizzlies for right now. And this was last night's game. And we're going to go with the Grizzlies. It's kind of close. We're going to jump in here. Why not? So, we're going to see how this new roster does. See if John can become an all-star an MVP candidate quicker than anyone really expected. Alright, we got a tie 106-106 game against the Washington Wizards. Grizzlies are 5-3, and for this sim, we're just gonna jump in close games. We're not gonna sim every game. We're just gonna jump in games that are pretty close. But Jaw, give it a Jaren Jackson Jr. corner 3, in and out. Brandon Clark's got 16. And Spencer Dinwiddie misses a wide open 3. We give it to Jaw. He's open for a dunk. Layup. He gets it. 27 for Ja Morant. The now 89 overall 22-year-old point guard. Holy moly. But yeah, we're only going to play close games. I'm not going to go through every game with this one. We're just going to get to the exciting stuff rather quickly. I think I have to turn the music down too. Actually, let me do that after this. Ooh. Ja Morant, 29 points, and he can be an all-star this year. I'm excited. And that, I mean, this is another level Ja Morant, dude. Alright. Good shot by Hashimura. Crossover Dinwiddie to the basket. Oh my goodness, that could have been nasty. But it was not, because we missed it. Alright. Wide open dunk. Jaw's got 31. We're going to sim because I need to turn the music down. And we are going to win this game. Alright, so 6-3. Pretty good. Let me turn everything down on here. Settings. Okay, it's all on 0. Good, I thought it wasn't on 0. Alright. We're going to stick with the Grizzlies here. Got a game against the Timberwolves. We're at 6-3. We could get to 7-3 with the win here. We are going to win. Alright. So we got a now 89 overall. Ja Morant taking over the league. Alright, we got LaMelo Ball and the Hornets, who are 6-6. And we're at a 78% chemistry, which is really good. But can we keep it up throughout the year? We do beat the Hornets. That's the good news. But the bad news is that Ja Morant's out for a week or two, which isn't ideal. So we got a game against the Suns, and without Ja Morant, the Suns with ooh, they kind of make it close at the end, but not enough. JaVale McGee with 24. And we got the Pelicans, who sit at 4-9. And it's just tough without Ja, and you see how important Ja Morant is to this team. So we now sit at 8-5, but we're playing the 1-12 Houston Rockets, who we lose to. That is no bueno. So we haven't won a single game without Ja Morant, and we are now 6th in the West. Got a game against the Clippers, who are 5-9. And it's kind of close, but we're going to have a nice little game. Melton with a double-double. Paul George with 38, but the Grizzlies moved to 9-6. We now play the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I think Ja might be back this game. Oh, That got really close at the end, but we win. Dylan Brooks is back, but John Morant isn't. And this is something I always like to do now because they're trying to do it in real life, but I'm going to see what the Sixers can trade Ben Simmons for. It kind of changes. We'll see if it changed with this rating update. Ooh. I think they would do that in real life. I'm not even kidding. I think that's a really even trade, actually. And I think that's probably the best they're going to get. I think this is the most realistic trade that would happen. I've heard him to the Kings. It's pretty evenly matched up. I think this is a pretty fair trade for both teams. So we're going to send Ben Simmons to Sacramento. So we see the 76ers new lineup. They get De'Aaron Fox. He's kind of had a slow start to the year. And it looks like Halliburton. I feel like the Kings value Halliburton higher than Fox, so I don't think this is all that unrealistic of a trade. Now we go to the Kings. They've got Maxey, Halliburton, Heald, and Ben Simmons. So they've got an interesting team. What's the other trade I like to do? John Wall. Because John Wall has demanded a trade. So let's see if there's any fair trades here. I'm not going to make any trades unless they're not evenly matched. But I don't think the Lakers would do that. Why not? Kyle Lowry's been struggling early with them. He's 35. He signed Robinson to a contract that's already not looking too great, honestly. Like, I don't think he's going to match this value, so we're going to go ahead and make this trade. Alright, so the Rockets' new lineup. Kyle Lowry returns to the Rockets. Duncan Robinson. And the Heat. John Wall, Oladipo. But he's expiring. And they switch things up a little bit. And they get a young prospect in Josh Christopher. Alright. So let's go to the Grizzlies. We're 10-6. Got a game against the Jazz, who usually have been doing pretty well in 2K Sims. And we had it at the end, but close but no cigar. This might be the game Ja comes back. And Raptors pull away at the end, led by Scotty Barnes. That's a pretty nice game from Kyle Anderson, though. And Ja's not back yet. But Scotty Barnes is looking like a Rookie of the Year favorite early on. I'm surprised the Grizzlies don't have Ja as a untouchable. It's a little surprising, but it looks like Ja's not back yet, and we're going to lose this one despite 30 from Tyus Jones. And I think they said one. Okay, he's back. Alright, so we're at 10-9. And we're playing the Kings, who now have Ben Simmons. And might jump in, but no, we're not going to. And it looks like the Kings have an interesting team now with Ben Simmons, who puts up 24, 9, and 8 against us. Be an interesting trade. So we're at 10-10. The Ja Morant injury just unfortunately stopped the momentum. However, we are going to blow out the Raptors. In this game, led by 20 from Melton. Alright, we've got OKC, who is 7-14. We are now in December. And Grizzlies are going to win. Jaw 28-10. Let's see the... Where's the player of the month? Thought it was over. Receives and awards. Okay. So, Giannis, October player of the month. Luka, November player of the month. I think they'll announce it now? No, not quite yet. Alright. Alright, we got the Grizzlies against the 9-12 Mavericks. And with that, we are going to send to the All-Star game. We're going to take a quick break from me on the mic. What's up, viewer? So, we are simming the new roster update. I was going to take a break until a couple of viewers came in, but we are seeing exactly how this new roster update affects things. So we have a trade. The Indiana Pacers get PJ Tucker and a 2026 first round pick for Justin Holiday. And also, we did make a trade. We'll show you the transaction report. So, Ben Simmons was traded to the Sacramento Kings along with Tyrese Maxey, and De'Aaron Fox and Davion Mitchell both go to the Sixers. And also, I traded John Wall and Josh Christopher to the Miami Heat for Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson. So the Heat have made 2 trades this year. And you see the standings. Jazz, they've been doing pretty good in simulations, but they're on top right now. We're going to sim a little bit. We're going to get close to the playoffs so we can get to the exciting stuff. And I'm a Grizzlies fan, and they updated Ja Morant to an 89 overall. So I'm excited to see what happens here. And we'll see the MVP race. Giannis is in front, and you see the Rookie of the Year. It's usually Mobley or Barnes I've seen who wins it, and I think these are pretty clearly the top 5 rookies. You see Cade's kind of come along from his slow start. We've got Andre Drummond as the 6th man of the year. Giannis as defensive player. DeJounte Murray for most improved player. Along with De'Aaron Fox. That's kind of interesting. And Alex Caruso. Look at that. That's funny. Alright. We are going to go to the All-Star game. We have a trade right here. Josh Hart is traded to the Los Angeles Clippers for Reggie Jackson. And Eric Gordon is traded from the Houston Rockets to the Detroit Pistons. The Grizzlies sit at 23-20. And we're going to see some trades happening. We've got the Sacramento Kings sending Tristan Thompson to the Dallas Mavericks for Dwight Powell, but no big name trades. So the Clippers got Josh Hart and then flipped him to the Knicks for Alec Burks. So Josh Hart's been like 5 teams on his career already. Andre Iguodala to Cleveland. I don't know why, but the Warriors always trade him in here. This is actually kind of a big name trade. So it looks like the Lakers trade Rajon Rondo to the Mavs, who he played for before, for Boban. And then the Nets trade LaMarcus Aldridge to the Raptors for Mike Kaliuk. So we've got some interesting results. We've got some trades happening too. We've got the Toronto Raptors trading Goran Dragic to the Nuggets for Will Barton and JaMychal Green. So Will Barton, who was in Denver for many years, now goes to Toronto. And this Grizzlies team, they're at 28-24. We're getting closer and closer to the playoffs. 29-24, closer to the trade deadline, closer to seeing who the All-Stars are. Torrey Craig is traded to the Chicago Bulls. And the Pacers get Alize Johnson, who actually drafted him. Alright, let's see who these All-Stars are on this new update. LeBron, Giannis, Harden, Curry, Jokic, Butler, Beal, Don, Luka, PG, and Embiid. No big surprises there. No big surprises anywhere, really, actually. It looks like Jonas Valanciunas and Zion comes back um, to make the All Star game. But no Morant still. And I think him getting injured probably had something to do with that. But you see his averages. I mean, he's shooting over 56% from the field. He could take over the league still. I'm excited to see what we see from him. All right. We will get to the playoffs because that's really what we're here for. I'm going to take a quick break after we get to the trade deadline. So Detroit gets Gary Harris and Robin Lopez for Kelly Olynyk and Eric Gordon. And that's it. So no big trades, although the Grizzlies have a losing record, so we might be focusing on some other teams in the playoffs. You see the standings, the Jazz are at 40 and 16, and the more I do simulations, the more I think that they could actually have a chance to do some pretty big things in the playoffs in real life too. And you see Ben Simmons on Sacramento turns out to be a good thing for them as they're 32 and 26. It's pretty crazy. Looking at the East, no big surprises really there. Yeah, looks like it was a win-win for that 76ers Kings trade. And I'm going to take a quick break while we get to. Well, I have to get past the contract extension thing too. Just going to use the restroom. Your All Star Game MVP. Probably Embiid. Yeah, 6 blocks. Yeah, I'd say Embiid's your All Star MVP for 2022. Let's get past the contract extension deadline, and I'll be back in a couple minutes, and then we will be 2022 playoffs. All right, we are on the 2022 playoffs. Giannis is your MVP, and he is up to 98 overall with very third MVP. Okay. The season high for points this year. Bradley Beal scored 60 on March 1st, 2022. Clint Capella had a 28 rebound game. And how about your season high for assist? LeBron James with a 22 assist game at the age of 37. All right, interesting. Scotty Barnes is your rookie of the year, and that pays off for the Raptors. Andre Drummond wins six man. Giannis also wins defensive player, and Jarrett Allen is your most improved player. We have Luka, Steph Curry, Giannis, LeBron, and Embiid on the first team. Harden, Westbrook, George, Jimmy Butler, Jokic second team, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets the third team. Along with Beal, Sabonis, KD must have been injured or something to make the third team, and Karl Anthony Towns. How about Nerlens Noel making the defensive first team? LeBron makes the second team, and for your rookies, we have Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, Josh Giddey, Jalen Suggs. Second team, Sengun, James Bouknight, Davion Mitchell, Chris Duarte, and Nishan Highland. And Duarte is now 79 overall, so he gets a nice little boost. And Memphis does make the play, and let's look at the standings. Utah, Lakers, Warriors, Blazers, Clippers, Dallas, Pelicans, so they rebound a little bit. The Kings, the Grizzlies, and the Suns. We see the teams that missed. The biggest surprise is, holy moly, Denver just fell off a cliff. Wow. That's like a huge surprise to me. Wow. So the Sixers with now De'Aaron Fox and Embiid, Davion Mitchell, they make the first seed. Going down this list, the Raptors do pretty good. And how about the Cavs getting a play in? That's pretty impressive. Evan Mobley, this is a nasty front court for the future. And then LaMelo gets in barely. The Heat, that's a pretty big surprise. Looks like the trades didn't pay off for them, but they're probably not going to trade for John Wall in real life, so they'll probably make it. No big surprises there, really. Okay, so let's go through the playoffs. Kings Pelicans. The Sacramento Kings have made the playoffs for the first time since 2005. Oh my gosh. So it's a tie game. We're going to jump in. And we're going to be the Kings. All right. So we got a interesting game here. Hold on. All right. Oh yeah, and I forgot they have Ben Simmons. All right, that's cool. So Ben Simmons, look at these stats. Can Ben Simmons lead Sacramento to glory? We'll see. Oh, and I want to change one thing for these sims. I like to have that. Okay. So the nice thing with Ben Simmons, he's in Sacramento, less pressure than Philly, and you see what he can do there. And we get the slam cam. How about Ben Simmons making clutch plays in the playoffs for the Sacramento Kings? That's good to see. This is a big game, because I think this is... No, they were the 7 and the 8 seed, so I think the loser of this still gets a chance. But we got an interesting series here. Give it to Holmes. It's a weird lineup in here right now for the Kings, and I'm kind of confused to how they made the playoffs, but we really got Ben Simmons as our go-to guy. And that's pretty. Alright, Ben Simmons with the breaking out game in the playoffs. Breakout game in the playoffs, but Zion, he gets in shape, and Ben Simmons coming through clutch there. Ben Simmons with 33 points, and he is leading the Sacramento Kings to glory. What a game for him. Alright, 122, 120. Devontae Graham's trying to make something happen. But Marvin Bagley tries to get a steal, but we get it to Ben Simmons. 3, 2, oh my gosh. And they're going to want Robert Woodard at the line. Interesting. So we've got Robert Woodard, who hasn't been in the game, trying to make some clutch free throws. Oh my goodness, he missed. He makes the second. They have to make a full court shot to make something happen here if no timeouts. Yeah, that wasn't close. Alright. So, Sacramento moves on. What a huge win for this franchise, led by Ben Simmons. Pretty cool. Alright. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Suns Grizzlies. Can Morant lead his team past Devin Booker? Nope. Memphis Grizzlies eliminated. The Phoenix Suns keep their playoff hopes alive. Hawks. We've got the Cavs Knicks in a 7-8 game. Can the Cleveland Cavaliers make something happen? Oh my gosh. Got some exciting games so far. We're going to jump in here. We're going to be the Cavs. So I want to see Evan Mobley make the playoffs. Alright. That will be the Knicks. Why not? I guess the Knicks would be more interesting for storylines. So you have Julius Randle, who has 25 and 11. Mitchell Robinson's open. He's not a three-point shooter. We have McBride in the game. Give it to Randle. Give it to Fournier they want. And we're going to see McBride take a potential go-ahead three that he misses. There's less than a minute left. Ricky Rubio has it. Darius Garland. Oh, Kevin Love gets the go-ahead shot for the Cleveland Cavaliers. What a huge performance for him. It's 113-111. Randall gives it to Noel, who gives it back to Randall, who gets fouled. Okoro fouls out. All right. And makes them both. So we got a tie game with 38 seconds left. Fournier on Sexton. Sexton for the potential go-ahead shot. He misses. Randall gets another rebound. It's 27-12. He's got Mobley on him. He gives it to McBride. And what do we do here? We give it to Randall. But he's got the stud muffin Evan Mobley on him. Evan Fournier hits a three, but he misses. Nerlens Noel gets the board. Oh my goodness. He misses the shot. And the Cleveland Cavaliers take a timeout. Holy macaroni. Ugh. Let's see what happens here. Colin Sexton, 3, 2, 1. And this is going to go to overtime. What a game. All right. We're going to sim to like the last minute. And it's going to be the Cavs who come out on top here. Okay. Now we're going to just start simming some more because I kind of just want to see what happens here. Sim the round. So it looks like we've got Luka making it, Dame making it. We'll just say what the second round matches are. So the big one is the Pelicans upset the Jazz. So we have the Blazers, Pelicans, Lakers, Mavs, 76ers, Bulls, and Brooklyn and Milwaukee in a rematch from last year. That's the one we're keeping an eye on. And the Nets are going to win Game 6. Make it 3-3. And we've got a Lakers-Pelicans Western Conference Finals, but it looks like this is a close Game 7. Can the... Oh my goodness. Alright. We're going to stop here for now, because I'm going to chill the rest of the night. But stay tuned, I'm going to do an episode 2 on this. And... potentially a Nets-Lakers Finals going on here. Let's sim this game too. And Sixers beat the Bulls pretty handily. So we got the 76ers, Nets, and Lakers Pelicans. Interesting results. We'll see you next time.